What's up, my beautiful friends? Thank you for popping on live. And if you're not watching live, this might be a video that you come back and you watch later. But I just want to share some of my experiences over the past couple of weeks. But to start out, if you don't know our story or you don't know who we are personally, I'm a dad first. Been married to my wife, Gabby, for 18 years. We have 5 kids. We have 3 teenage daughters, and we have 2 boys that are ages 12 and 9. I've been basically a full time dad for the past 14 and a half years and helping people live healthier lives, helping people feel better, and helping others earn more income for their families. And it's been my life work over the last 14 and a half years. And it all started for me. A story that I want to share with you before I get started is, I found some products and I found this healthy lifestyle where I started working out. And the title says Beachbody. I did a workout and it completely transformed my life. I lost 38 pounds. And people began to be inspired by that and ask me questions like, what are you doing? I need some help. I want to lose 50 pounds. And I fell in love with the process of helping other people. I was working 12-hour days. I worked from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we had three little girls at the time. Well, when I first started my workout, we had two. My wife got pregnant during our first year of working out. But I worked 12-hour days. My wife would work at 3 p.m. And then she would get home after 11. So she would drop the kids off at the babysitter before she went to work at 3. I would pick them up when I got home from work after 5. And we just lived that lifestyle for like 5 years. So I found these workouts, lost 38 pounds, got abs for the first time. I was 28, almost 29 years old. And people began to be inspired by that. And I fell in love with the process of just telling people, like sharing my experience, what programs I was using, what supplements I was using. I created a free group on Facebook and I helped people. And one of my good friends that I met online on Facebook helped people as well. And I didn't use Facebook really prior to that. I only had about 223 friends on Facebook that were former classmates and people in my neighborhood and stuff like that, family members, cousins, uncles, aunts. And I began to share that journey and I fell in love with that. Fast forward, helping people for a course of 9 months without ever getting paid. It was just a part of me that I love to do. We would do challenges. It was just a super fun group. But 9 months later, it was 23 days after my daughter Ellie was born. I got to work early that morning, just before 5 a.m. And there was the hospital bill, the doctor bill, the anesthesiologist bill, uh, the Blue Cross statement sharing everything that we'd owe. And I wasn't used to that because we were on WIC and Medicare with my first daughters. And so I just felt this overwhelming feeling like a weight on my shoulders. Like my cubicle just literally felt like it was spinning around. Like, what do I do? Like it was about $3,000 after insurance, and I just remember thinking like, man, I'm already working all the overtime hours. My wife is working at nights. What do I do? Do I need to go back to college? Like I'm a college dropout. Do I need to get a second full-time job? What do I need to do? And it was that morning that my fear of not knowing how to provide for my family became greater than my fear of taking on this business, which at the time was Beachbody, of just diving in and doing that. It was an opportunity for me to do something that I already loved, helping people, and especially with my new passion of health and fitness. And I dove all in, and I worked super hard. Within 14 months, I was able to replace my income, and it became my full-time job. So if you've been here, if you haven't been my friend or a follower here on Facebook, prior to that, that's what I did for my work, and that was my career. And I want to share another quick moment with you guys. About 9 months into building that business, I just felt overwhelmed. I felt burnt out, exhausted, tired. I was seeing progress in my business. And I was at a point where I was like, I'm making a few hundred extra bucks. My wife can come home from work because that was my big goal, my big dream, my big vision. You guys might see where we're at right now, but my big dream and vision was to make $10,000. When I enrolled, I got with my sponsor. I was like, what are your goals? I was like, I need to make $10,000 with this business. And she's like, I can't promise you $10,000, but I promise that your income will be a direct reflection of the number of lives that you change. So I made a commitment. I'm going to change as many lives as I possibly can. And it was so important to me because it meant that if I could do that, my wife wouldn't have to work nights. When I got home from my 12 hour, I'm a hard worker. So I was like, I'll get home from my 12-hour work shift. I can sit down and eat dinner with my family. we can kick soccer balls, we can take walks, and we can be a family together. Because our first 5 years of marriage, we lived two separate lives. And so that was my reason. That was why I was working so hard. So I got to this point where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to work on this business as hard as I have been. I've been sacrificing a lot, like all my lunch breaks, working every single night. I quit playing video games. I quit playing softball. I was building that business. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of casually do this because I'm making enough my wife could come home. And I had this moment where I got sick with a man cold, and some of you guys might have had that before. The women that are watching live with me right now, you know when your husband is sick and he like nearly acts like he dies. Well, I had that. I was home from work, and you guys know if you're working overtime hours, that's stressful on top of it, on top of already missing your time. And I missed 3 days of work. It was a Friday. My wife is like, "Hey, Scotty, you know, if you shower, get out of bed, get dressed, you'll start to feel better." She's like, "A matter of fact, Keena's gonna get home from the school bus." She was 5 at the time, and she's like, "Would you go pick her up?" So I showered, got dressed, started walking down the cul-de-sac right here, and the school bus pulls up to the end of the cul-de-sac. I remember it was like it was yesterday. The door flings open. You guys know it's like, and it's like the door flings open, and these two hands of this little 5-year-old girl grabbed the rails. Sorry, I thought I was ready to do this. Grabbed the rails, and she looks up at me, and she has this smile that I've never seen before. I've probably seen it, but I didn't recognize it. And I was like, man, how many of these moments have I missed? How many more of these moments will I continue to miss if I don't push through this struggle, push through this pain to the other side? Keep driving, keep striving, and pushing forward. And guys, I felt like I was a present father. Like I worked 12-hour days. I was taking care of my 3 girls by myself, but I was running a new business. I'm stressed out coming home from work and exhausted. It's like feed, bathe, put the bottle in the mouth, throw them in bed, frustrated that they're not going to sleep so I can work on my business. And it was that moment that I realized that I never wanted to miss another moment of their lives. I didn't want anything outside to dictate that. And it was that moment that something even bigger happened to me. And you guys might have heard the saying, there's 2 days, there's 2 days in your life that make the biggest difference. The day that you're born and the day you figure out why. And I realized in that moment that I didn't just want to do that business as a part-time job to bring my wife home. I wanted it to be my life work. I wanted to help people feel healthy, and I wanted to help other people start to earn income like I was. And that's the day that I decided I was going to make this my full-time career. It wasn't like, I hope this is going to work, I'm going to give it my best shot. I was going to make this my full-time career. Long story short, like I said, 14 months after I started, just 5 or 6 months after that, I was able to walk away from my full-time job. And this has been my work for the past 14 and a half years. On September 30th was my mom's birthday. Now we'll get into the story. I took her out to lunch, and I'm very good at, and I want you guys to be like this, whether you're on my team or not, or work with me or not, being very present with where you're at. When you're working a business, you're at your business. When you're at your job, you're at your job. When you're with your kids, you're with your kids. When you're with your spouse, you're with your spouse. So I was with my mom, not on my phone, but my phone was going off. There was text messages coming in. Now I don't have alerts and dings and sounds, but it vibrates. And so I picked it up as we were getting ready, and I saw a lot of texts like, "Are you okay? What does this mean? What do we do?" And I took my mom home. And if you guys know me, I usually nap every day around 3:30 to 5 when the kids go off with their friends. So I start opening the text. It's like, "Did you watch the video? Whatnot?" And I go to sleep. I go to take a nap, and I can't sleep. I'm like, "What is this?" Like, everybody's asking me. So there's a call called the State of the Union. I can't nap, so I put my headphones in, my AirPods in. I go for a walk. I put the video. And it was, sorry, I wasn't going to get emotional. I thought I was over it. It was a message just saying, from the CEO of Beachbody, saying, we are going to cut out the networking aspect of the company and transition into a affiliate only program. Now you might be like, what does that mean? What that means, so that you guys know, because many of you guys have been my clients over the past 14 years. If you're partners with me, you already know I've gone live in the team page, and I really balled in that team page because it was only like 3 days after it happened. But what does it mean for those of you that are my Beachbody clients / Body clients? Is basically they took the entire team of partners that I've built. all of our customers and the residual orders. And right now I'm getting paid for those orders. But as of November 1st, they took everything away basically. And as of November 1st, I have to re-enroll as an affiliate and basically start from scratch. And I didn't understand that at the beginning. At the very beginning, I thought, okay, this is okay. Like, I lost my whole team. That's a lot of income. We built a team of 45,000 people that did $1.1 million in sales every single week. So I knew that was going to get cut out, and that was scary. But I was like, okay, the first thought was like, okay, because my mom and dad asked, like, what does this mean? Because I don't know if you know, but I retired my parents from their jobs over 10 years ago. My mom still works for me as my administrative assistant. And I was like, I went from making X amount, which provided us the life that we have over the past 14 and a half years, allowed me to retire my parents, and I was like, maybe making like 50,000 a year. And I was like, oh, I'll figure it out. But there's some big decisions that we have to make. And I'll walk through some of those. So I thought that, but as I watched the next video, I realized that because I was like, all of my customers, I have 30,000 customers. I was like, some of them are residual, like energized drinkers, Shakeology, Bodi, platform, and those will continue to come through, I thought, but they don't. It gets completely cut off. All of those customers will go to Bodi, and they'll get the commissions for that. So if you've worked with me in the past, like, I'm still going to be an affiliate with Bodi. I'm going to re-enroll. But if you've ever worked for me, I have my customer list, so I'll be sending out an email when that happens. Or if you find me on here and you watch this video and you want some help with health and fitness programs and whatnot, like, I'll have an affiliate link. I can earn a commission. There's just no more team building aspect where I'm mentoring and training others how to build a business with this as well. But I still, I have a deep passion for helping with people with their health and fitness and working out. Like, I can't go a day without working out. So I have a big fitness, ongoing fitness community group. I opened a brand new one when probably 2 weeks before that happened. So reach out to me if you want to be in that fitness group. There's no requirement to be in it. You don't have to buy a program. If you're doing CrossFit, come in. If you're a runner, come in. If you're an ultra marathoner, come in. Whatever it is, if you're a yogi, come in. Like, we just want to build a community of good people working out and supporting each other, because I love that. I told my team when this happened, I was like, I need this more than ever. I need people around me that love health and fitness as we navigate these changes. So, I originally told my parents, it means we're going to have like 50,000. And then a couple days later, I'm like, it means we're at zero, like literally at zero. So the biggest thing that happened to me, because I want to talk you through just my thoughts. And I'm so grateful that I have, like, you can see all these books. I've read over 500 different personal development and mindset books. I've listened to thousands of hours of podcasts on mindset and managing your money and leadership and everything that you can ever imagine. And I use an app every single day religiously called Growth Day. And by the way, I'm affiliated with Growth Day, and if Growth Day is something that you want, just reach out to me, and I have that link for you as well. But religiously, every single day, I get up an hour before the kids every day, read my scriptures, meditate, write out my goals and my vision, pray, read personal development book, and then I kind of try to teach what I'm learning in my personal development book. So just having those habits in my life have deeply helped me be able to navigate these changes, because I'm getting a lot of messages like, I'm really empowered and inspired to see how you're taking this. And the thing that I want you guys to know is I'm not mad at Beachbody. I don't want anybody to hate Beachbody. I don't want anybody to hate the CEO for what they did. Hate's a strong word. And one of the biggest messages that I had to figure out with myself, with Gabby in the very beginning, was just how blessed am I? How blessed am I to have had the opportunity to help and serve so many people over 14 and a half years? How blessed am I to as we grew our business and our income, to have invested wisely, to pay off our home, to stay out of debt, all of those beautiful things. So I have no regrets. And one of the biggest questions Gabby and I had to ask ourselves, even within the first 24 hours, is, would we do it again, knowing what we know now, knowing that it could all be taken away? And the clear message that we said is yes. It absolutely changed our lives, and it's something that we'll forever be grateful for. Like, my kids are in that stage where I've been with them. Like, I was from home working, doing work I love, before my son Caleb was even born. And so I've been home with my kids, so present, taking them everywhere, and it's something that I would do again. So we made that decision. Now, here's another thing that I want to share with you. The biggest shock to us, and I'll just be fully transparent here. It wasn't like I was like, okay, I need to learn how to earn income for my family or figure out the next thing. And I've always told Gabby, like the cool thing about this business and my team as I've trained them is when you learn the things that we teach you every single day to build this business, you can literally go out and build any other business that you want. Any business and sell real estate, sell cars. You could start your own dance studio. You could start an archery shop. You could go start an Airbnb business. Like take the things that you learned with us, and you could go do anything. And so I've always said that. So my first process is like, what are we gonna do next? Like, what are some of the things? But the thing that kept me, I did literally didn't sleep for 2 nights. I didn't even eat, and it was like Wednesday, and I was like, holy crap, I haven't eaten anything because I was just like in like fight mode. Like, how do I figure this out? How do I solve this problem? And the first problem that we had to solve was, as you guys know, we're building our fifth vacation rental. It's been a bit dream and vision of ours to have 5 vacation rentals that are fully paid off so that our 5 kids, we could teach them how to run a business, how to market, profit loss, so that it's something that we possibly give to them as they move on into their adult lives. And they don't just go to college to just get some random degree to hopefully make income doing something they don't love. If they want to teach dance, I want them to be able to teach dance, and maybe that vacation rental that's paid off, and they managing that, they could earn some extra income and do what they love with their life. And so there was a big dream and vision of mine. So we were building the fifth one. The vision and dream was to have 5 for that purpose and that reason. And we we're so faithful in building that and paying them off, which I'm so grateful for. I'm so blessed because of that. And that the other big problem that I had to solve is we're building our dream home. And a lot of you guys know that. So we had to, within the first day, just make the decision like we're going to sell that home. When it's done, I have zero income other than my vacation rentals bringing in some income, which can feed my family, keep them in dance, make sure we can pay all of our bills because our home's paid for here. So we're like, the next biggest decision we need to make is to not just sell that vacation rental because I can't furnish it. I won't be able to furnish it, and if it doesn't rent well in the very beginning, I was like, we'll sell that. That was cool. That was easy to let go. The hard one was the dream home. I've been there every day for a year and a half, watching the process. I literally stay up nights sometimes as I designed it, writing ideas, getting with our builder, getting with our designer, and just, it's been like a vision and a goal. And I told you that every day I write my vision, and every day I visualized doing that morning routine off that back deck as the sun rises over the water. I visualized my daughters being married in that, and my sons married in the backyard, them walking out the walking out with me out the walkout basement with a beautiful arch in front of the water, and I envisioned that every single day, and for like a year and a half, and I even wrote it out, watching the sunset on the front porch as it set over the Snake River with my wife. And so it was a big decision to let that go, to be willing to sell it. And then I was immediately talking to my builder, talking to my talking to the bank and saying, hey, this is where we're at. Asking our builder, are you willing to work with someone if they're willing to take this project on right now, like pay everything that we've have into the land and the property, and take it on? And he's like, yeah, I'm willing to help you guys with that. We appreciate you guys as friends, and I'm willing to help with that. So we came to peace with that. Telling our kids was heartbreaking. Some are like, it doesn't matter. I love our neighborhood. My wife is like, she loves the house that we're in and loves the neighborhood, and I love the neighborhood. So we're like, it's okay. We're going to simplify our life, take all the money that we got into that, which is would be enough for us to live even without me making income for the next 10 years in this home that we have paid for. And so we're like, we're going to simplify our life, and this is going to be okay. We just need to focus on selling the vacation rental that's being built and this home. So that was the first big decision I had to make. Once we came to peace with that, I was like, okay, how do I make money? And I want to just walk you guys through. I was like, okay, I've been wanting to write a book. So I got a solid decision that I'm going to write my book, and I set a goal to have it done by Christmas of next year. So I'll write my book. The next thing was like, okay, I want to keep serving people at a high level. Like I've done in all of my business ventures, I've done over $10 million of commissions. And so like I have a lot of experience in helping people build and launch their business, market on social media, serve their clients. And so I was like, I'm going to be a high ticket coach. Like I'm gonna go out and market and find business owners or people trying to build their own online business in whatever field that might be, or a brick and mortar business, and I'm going to be their paid mentor and consultant. And I was like, I could easily earn six figures doing that. And I was going to go to my high performance coach, the app I mentioned, Growth Day, also. His name is Brendan Bouchard. He has a program called the High Performance. You can become a high performance certified coach. I got the friend from my link from my friend Jay. He's a certified high performance coach. And I was like, I had the link and I was ready to do it that night on a Thursday. So remember, this happened on Monday. I was like, Thursday, okay, I'm going to be a high performance certified coach. I have my podcast. I'm going to write my book, and then I'm going to re-enroll as an affiliate and earn a couple bucks. If people want to order Shakeology through me or Bodi. The dumb thing about that, because some of you are watching this, what happened to Bodi? If let's say you order Bodi, the Bodi platform from me, or Shakeology or Energize, I still believe in those, and they're awesome, incredible products. If you order it from me, I can't even see that you ordered it. I can get the commission, but I don't see who ordered it, your name, your email, what you ordered. I just get the commission. So it's really hard business to track. But I was willing to become a high performance certified coach, have my group. If people want to buy programs from me, cool. If not, cool. You're still in my group. So that was my plan. I got on, but I was curious. I got on the phone with the CEO of another network marketing company. And I just want to be like, what's the status of the industry? Do you feel like this is something, if I were to start over fresh, that I could be successful with? And he told me which companies to avoid, which ones were in debt. And then obviously he pitched me for about 30 minutes on on the company that he is the president of. And it just didn't feel right for me. I felt like it was a shake that is not as good as Shakeology. And so I wasn't willing to go out and say like, hey, here's this business I'm doing. Here's the shake I'm drinking. Not as good as the last one that you can still order over here, but if you want this, and it just didn't sit right with me. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. And so I had some conversations. I'll shout him out. Steve Hatch was an incredible resource to me. He helped run a network marketing company before, but now he does real estate. And he leads a real estate team, one of the most successful teams in the US. And he just really walked me through a lot of questions. Like, it's good to have good people in your corner. Like, there was no, like, he's not trying to recruit me to anything or away from anything. He just talked me through some of my things. And the crazy thing is, on that, I talked to him about us making the decision to sell the house. He's like, I might have your buyer. And within that same day, I had two potential buyers for our home to take over the build. I was on the phone with one of them within 20 minutes of getting off that call with him. But he helped me really remember what I want my life to look like. And he actually said, like, sell those properties, and Scotty, go on a year-long mission trip with your wife if you want. Shut off social media completely. Like, once you sell those homes, you have enough that you can do that. And I was like, oh, I appreciate that, but I love teaching and sharing on social media. I love inspiring. So he just gave me a lot of options, a lot of things to think about. But the most important thing was reminding me that I want to do work that I love, and I want to do it from home. The next person I reached out to was my friend Justin Prince. He was on my podcast, and back in April, I just really look up to and admire what he's done and been through. And I knew he was launching a company, but it was something, even though I've become friends with him, he lives in the same town as my vacation rental. A couple things I really love about him, like, he does this thing called Decades into Days. I think that's what it's called. And I called him one day. I was like, dude, how does this work? Because he has a whole bunch of teenagers come into his house with his teenagers a couple times a month, and they're just teaching life skills and tips and mindset. And he brings incredible people like elite athletes and business owners to come teach these kids. And I was like, is that like a charity? Is it a business model you do? And he's like, no, we just do it to just bring in, just as like a support of the community, and just to teach good values inside of the home. And so I've been talking with him over the past year about those things. He was on my podcast. I knew he was launching his business, but and I was excited about it, and I was going to use some of the products. But the thing is I couldn't do it because with my company, with Beachbody, at the level I was at in leadership, you're not allowed to do other affiliate or multi-level or network marketing company. So I call Justin, and I'm like at 100%, I'm not going to do network marketing, but I wanted to ask him some questions because I've seen some of the things that he's done. He wrote a book that's on my list. I had already called two other people that wrote books, by the way. And so I called him. By the end of that call, one of the things that he told me is he's like, Scotty, yes, you can go do any of those things. You have all the skills to go do those, but you have 15 years experience in doing this type of work of building people, of helping people learn how to build a business, of pouring life and belief into people, of leadership, of developing other leadership. Don't let this go to waste. And he told me about he told me a little bit more in detail about the products, about the compensation plan. Gabby and I, by the way, we were on our weekly Thursday. We were sitting in my truck, pulled over in the park, on speakerphone. I got off the phone, and I was like to Gabby, I was like, I'm like 70%. We took a walk, and we walked for like an hour and a half, and we're like, what are the pros? What are the cons? One of the biggest pros for me, because by the way, in this time I watched, I think it feels like it was hundreds of hours, but it was probably 20, 30, 40 hours of research and science and all of this stuff. And human clinical trials, the doctors talking about the research and the the products and the ingredients. And I'm talking with Gabby. I was like, what are the benefits? What are the cons? And the benefits highly outweighed the cons. And one of the most important thing for me to make the decision, or to start moving towards that decision was, is it somewhere that I could put my name behind it and my reputation for the past 15 years? Is it something that, like, I have a legacy to build, like, beyond what I do next? Like, I'm going to write a book. I want to be someone that's like Tony Robbins or Jim Rohn, that is just an inspiration to people in guiding people in living a better life. And so it's like, it needs to, I need to do something that is in line with my reputation and my values. So the pros outweighed the cons, but I was still skeptical about if I was willing to do the work again. And so I go to my dad, my mom and dad. I was like, I need a father's blessing, and he gave me a blessing, and we chatted with my mom and dad for a couple hours. And if my dad watches this, sorry, he's probably gonna cry. I'm a crier. My dad says, and I was gonna try to end this by 30 minutes. We're at 27, so I'm sorry. My dad says, hey, he's like, after we chatted for like 2 hours, he's like, you need to do this work. He's like, for, obviously I retired them from their job, and that's a blessing. But he's like, you got your mom and I working out every single day and healthier. Every day I do my core to force workouts, punching and kicking, and your mom does her country heat dancing, and we're healthier because of you. And he's like, every day, every single day I look forward to seeing you hop on Instagram on your video and say, good morning, my beautiful people, and just sharing your belief in love for people. And he's like, you need to do this work. And that was it. That was it for me. I went home, and I made the decision. I called I got a hold of Justin Prince. I'm like, I'm in. I got a hold of my sponsor that's going to enroll me. And I'm like, we're going to do this. I'm in. And I enrolled. And so that's what I'm on. You've seen all the posts here on social media over the past 2 weeks. It was Thursday, October, what day was that? October 3rd, that I made that decision. And one of the things that I'm most proud of is just how much I've grown over the years. And I'm going to share something with you guys that most people don't know. I shared this privately with some of my new team, but we built our business to $1 million a year 4 years into our last company. And any company doesn't guarantee any level of success or income. It's dependent on everybody's independent diligence, effort, work, and skills. And Gabby and I nearly got divorced in 2016. She was gone, and we had some things we had to work through, but we thought it was over, 100% over. We worked for 2 weeks later. She came back home, and we were working on things, and it was a challenge. That's why you see us on Thursdays every single day now. But from the outside, you would see this Hobbs family with this great business and maybe not knowing what the earning potential was or what we were doing on a vacation traveling in the motorhome. But I shared with them there were multiple times while I was driving that motorhome, and maybe some of you guys have been in a position like this before, where I was like, man, what if I just set my phone down here in the motorhome and I just jumped out of this motorhome and my wife would she be able to jump over, pull it to safety, keep it driving? And could I leave this life? Or could I at least run away and never be found again? That's how much pain I was in, even though I had this incredible business. And I don't share that with you to like get sympathy or anything like that, but that's literally where I was at with the most. So what I want you guys to know is money, success, recognition isn't true happiness. And from those years on is when my mission really changed to helping people understand that your family is your most important work on earth and help you become the most beautiful human ever. So I share that with you to fast forward to on September 30th when I got that news that my whole income was cut away from me. Yes, I didn't sleep. Yes, I felt stressed out for a little bit, but I never had those feelings, not even once. I was extremely grateful to have a beautiful wife and kids that support me and believed in me. Even my 15-year-old daughter you see working out with every day right now, she's like, Dad, like you have all of the skills, you have all of the experience, you're going to do something even bigger now. Maybe this is supposed to happen so that you can, and she said, become even more famous. And so I'm so grateful for the beautiful family that I have. And I'm so proud of myself for not having those feelings and for the work that has happened over the past 14 years to get to a place where I feel like that. Because I feel like, and I share some of these stories with you because your story can be the key to help unlock someone else's prison. And so as I embark on this journey, I'm not like, come try these products. These changed my life. But I fully believe in Justin. Justin Prince and the co-founder, Truman Hunt. If you guys don't know who Truman Hunt is, he built Nu Skin. He was the CEO of Nu Skin, so he's retired, a retired billionaire. He literally just got back from serving as a mission president for his church. And when he heard the science behind these products, when Justin was talking to him about it, he's like, we had hundreds of $1 million of research, like 60 scientists, I think that was the number he said, and we never discovered this. And he's like, I'm in. Let's build this company. And so I believe in them. One thing a question I always want to be honest and straightforward is one comment I got on my social media as I made this decision is like, isn't Justin Prince in a lawsuit? Long story short, Justin did work like I did in another company called Modere. He was making a very significant amount of income, probably the top income earner in the entire world in a network marketing or multi-level company. At one point, he was making $10 million a year, and then his income had slowly come down to $5 million a year. And so he was just expressing that things are not right, something's wrong inside of this company, like something like things aren't good. The situation is not good if this is happening. And the company, without notice, not like Beachbody did all of us, but cut him out 100%, took all of his income, and then sued him for like defamation of the company, trying to talk poorly about the company and the situation. And so people have asked, like, isn't he in a lawsuit? Well, they lost that lawsuit against him. A huge company lost the lawsuit because there was no grounds that he was trying to do bad to the company, and so that lawsuit is cleared. He is out now, and got into the work of building his own company, which is Make Wellness. It's a bioactive precision peptide company based out of all nature and science. They're blue ocean products, and I'm super excited about working with it. I've watched so many hours of the science and the research and the human clinicals that I'm so excited about it. So number one, I believe in the leadership, and one of the main things that Justin is doing it's not like a traditional network marketing. So if you've done network marketing or multi-level marketing, there's no left leg, there's no right leg, there's no rank advancements like Emerald, Ruby, Diamond. There's no You have to have this much volume on this side and this much volume on this side. There's none of that. There's no inside leg, there's no dead leg. It's a modern platform for that's attractive to someone that just wants to be an affiliate. And then there's a back end compensation plan for someone if you recruit other affiliates and they build a business as well. But there's no left leg, right leg balance of that. One of the things in network marketing companies is like if you have $100 product, there's words like EV and PV, like personal volume, team volume. And there's none of that. Like if you sell a product for $100, you get the commission on $100, not on, like Shakeology, for example, was $128 retail. It was 90 PV, so you get paid commission on 90 PV. So it's a modern, new definition of a compensation plan where someone can even be very successful in this, whether you want to build a team or not. So it was super attractive to me. The other huge thing that I'm seeing right now, as I've been launching this company for 14 days, is as I send this to chiropractors, to doctors, to physical therapists, just as people are reaching out to me, they're like, I've been researching peptides. I've been thinking about this. I have a good friend on here. I won't mention his name, but he has like 45,000 followers on Instagram. He has his own personal training company that is provided for his family for the past 10 years. He has 3 other coaches that work under him. So it's his own training company. They do meal plans. He coaches. He has people that coach. He has a whole business and company. And he did really well with ClickFunnels in the fast as well. And he has, he just has a great income where he can also help 3 other personal trainers, have income and earn, training people online. And he reached out to me. He's like, he's watched what I've done over the past 15 years. Someone that would never consider Beachbody or Bodi. And he's like, dude, I've been looking for a peptide company. Like I've been looking for a peptide product to give my clients. And so I'm seeing so many people like him, and he's on board and super excited about it. Doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, naturopaths that are like, this is awesome. And one of the biggest things that I love about this that's so much different is like I go to a gym to do my workouts. Like if I wanted to promote or I wanted the gym to be a part of that business model that we were doing, you couldn't sell Shakeology on a shelf or Energize on a shelf. It was exclusively only to be able to be sold by a coach. You had to sell it through a link. The cool thing with this is, let's say you own a gym or you own a chiropractor office or you own a physical therapist company or whatever it is that you do. You can buy these products. There's only 6 of them right now upon launching, but we plan to have 40 over the next 12 months, all in the same line of bioactive precision peptides. So you could buy product, you could put it on your shelf with your other supplements or all natural supplements, whatever you have, and you can sell them off the shelf at retail price, or you can mark them up for the convenience of having them on hand to pick up when they come into the gym or into your office, with the end goal of letting them know that like, hey, if you come in here, you can order this product. Like instead of just picking up here, here's a QR code. You can get a subscription after the first month. When you get your second month, it's a 10% off. If you stay on it, third month, if you get to the 4th month, it's 20% off. So you can save money and just get a subscription model. So that's an opportunity for doctors' offices, physical therapists, personal trainers, gyms to be a part of this business as well. Whereas they would have never done Beachbody before because they do their own thing. So I'm really excited about that, really excited in seeing that interest. And I'm just having so many people reach out to me that never reached out to me about Beachbody that are like, this is cool. Here's the last thing that I want to share. I could talk for another hour, but I know this has already gone long. And I told Gabby, like whoever listens to this whole thing is someone that is meant to come into our lives and work on this business together with us. If you want the compensation plan video, send me a DM. If you want the overview video, send me a DM. I'll send them to you. You can watch it on your own time. But one of the most attractive things of this is the easiest sell I've ever done. Yes, I'm still going to run my fitness community, but I was like having to like pick all of these different what workout to do out of 7,000 as I help somebody. I had to navigate all of these questions. One of my biggest shifts is I've personally enrolled 120 people. And the cool thing that I want to share with you is probably only 15 of them so far were people that I had personally enrolled with me with Beachbody. The other ones are just so excited about this. The other thing I want to share is it's super duplicatable, this business, because it's an easy sell. Once you just send the video, send the compensation plan video, and then if they ask questions, send another one. It sells itself once they watch the video. And our team has already recruited another 120 people, and they've only been working because I came in first and figured everything out. They've only been working for 5 to 7 days. And so it's something that's super duplicatable. What I did before, as I've been working the past 14 days and talking to people, I'm like, we built a company, a business over 14 and a half years that did 1.1 million in sales. We had a team of 45,000. I was like, I don't know what I've seen in the past 14 days. I don't know how we did that, because every prospect, I would get on the phone with them. I would talk with them for an hour, getting to know everything about their life and their goals, and both with their health and fitness and their business. And then I would pitch the workout platform, the Shakeology. I would pitch the business opportunity, and I was good at it. I could close probably 50% of people that would get on the phone with me. But sometimes, even if I did get them to close them and they joined the team, sometimes they never did anything. And it was a lot of time away from my family. And it was a lot of time. And that's something that the people that I worked with, doing that is a lot of time away from their family. And then it's not something that's very duplicatable. And so that's one of the things that I'm most excited about. We've done what we have done with people that I personally enrolled, and what our team has done of them enrolling over 120 people already, without ever getting on phone calls and trying to convince people. So something that's very duplicatable. I said it's like the easiest sell I've ever seen in my life. Because let me break this down for you, and then I'll let you go. Is number one, there's zero required enrollment fee. Zero enrollment fee. Number two, there's zero monthly cost to run your business. $0 to have a business service fee, to have your affiliate account, to earn commissions, to go out and build a team if that's what you want. Remember, you can still build a great side income whether you want to build a team or not with this. So if you're like, I don't want to do the multi-level thing or build a team, ask me for the compensation plan. You'll see how well you can earn even without building a team, and then what is possible if you want to build a team. So zero enrollment fee, $0 monthly fee. And then number three thing is there's zero required amount of product purchase yourself. In almost every other company that's out there, you have to have a certain amount of auto ship to qualify for some of the programs, the rewards, all of that stuff. There's zero required product purchase of your own. You get to pick what you want. You don't have to be on auto ship. You can order what product you want, what product you don't want, and so forth. So super attractive, super easy sell as you share that with people and they understand that. And then when they get in, they can choose what they want to use, choose what they want to do with it. And then it's not just something you have to get on social media. This is something that can very easily be done word of mouth as you're just having conversations like, dude, have you ever heard about this? Have you heard about this? Watch this video. So much to the point where my dad last night when I was with him, I'm going to share one last beautiful thing with you. And then I do have to get off because I have a training that I'm going to do with our team. We have an awesome Spanish team, by the way, too. I'm going to show this picture from my dad. I went over, it was my dad's birthday 2 days ago. And he's like, son, we're sitting at the table eating some cake. He's like, I wrote a note in my phone on 10/5. Remember, everything happened on September 1st or September 30th, my mom's birthday. I was just leaving that day, traveling to go on the cruise. And he's like, I wasn't going to show it to you for 2 or 3 months. And it says, my thought, 10/5/24. This is a picture of my dad's phone with his note. It says, watching Scott's podcast with Justin Prince. Also watch Justin's video on Make Wellness. Quote, you are what you repeatedly do. This week was bad for Scott as Bodi stopped the networking business and going to an affiliate model. Scott and Gabby decided to sell their dream home and keep life more simple. I just wanted to put this out here that I believe strongly that Scotty will pick up this new business, and with his love and mindset of people, he will excel tremendously in the next 6 to 12 months and will be able to keep his dream home if that's what God wants for him and his family. And I mean, that was it's always great to have someone believe in you. My wife believes in me. So many of you believe in me. My dad believes in me. My mom believes in me. But as we were sitting there talking, he's like, I've been chatting back and forth with so and so, and they've been researching podcasts about peptides. I sent them the video, and they're interested." And he's like, "And then I was helping this person move, and I talked to them, and I sent them the video." And he's like, "Can I connect you with these guys?" And I was like, "Dad, like you're already doing what we're doing. Like all you got to do next is ask them, are you ready to take the next step? Send them the enrollment link. It's $0. They can come in and they can do what they want with it." Sorry. So I'm super excited. My dad enrolled last night. He got a founder's pack. My dad is a founder of this company, working side by side with us as well. And I'm not going to build the business for him. He's already doing the work. And so I'm super excited. I came home from that. That was the other night. I came home. I was like, I have to make this business, make sure that my team knows how duplicatable this is. I gave them a checklist, super easy. I did a hour training on exactly how to do the checklist. And I sat down with my 15-year-old daughter as well as I need to make sure that my dad can do this checklist. I need to make sure that my 15-year-old daughter can do this checklist. And I was like, if they can understand this at the first moment, if I teach them to this, then I can teach anybody how to do this business. So going back to the school bus story, I made a decision that day that if I could build that business, that I could, and coming as a college dropout, some of that life was completely changed by this, that I could teach, mentor, and train anybody to build this business. I'm not going to cast out all of my vision of what I see happening over the next 15 to 20 years, but this is my last life's work outside of writing my book and continuing with my podcast. I plan. I have a number of people that I know are going. I'm going to help take to a level that would blow your mind if I said those numbers on here. But it's my life mission to do that. One last thing. We're making history. We're making history. What we did on launch day with people coming in, activating their account. They can choose the founders box or not. They came in and we had glitches. Probably only half of our people could get a founders box because of all the glitches. What happened after that? I got on a Zoom the next day with the co-founder and the founder Justin Prince and Truman Hunt, and we did more in one day with all those glitches than they did in their last $1 billion company in their first year. We did that in one day. So guys, we're going to build a $1 billion company and we're at the ground floor. If you guys watched me over the past years, you're like, oh, he got in early. Guys, I started my last company, Beachbody, 6 years after the networking aspect started. We're literally in launch phase right now. If you watch this video, if you watch this video that far, because of the overwhelming positive response and some of the glitches that happened, they are honoring anybody that wants to come in and become a founder and get a founder's box. You have to ask me what that is. Send me a message. I'm not going to explain that right now. Be a founder of this company. You have until Friday, so today's Thursday, Friday the 18th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time to lock in as a founder. There you go, guys. If you have questions, I'm a message away. Thank you for coming on. I meant to be 30 minutes. I went 47, but thank you for coming on and watching. And I've never felt more alive in my life.